What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
And this is not
Not
another damn
another damn
podcast
radio.
presented by our
Our
damn
damn selves.
320 kid.
20. Yes. Yes.
320.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. How you doing? What's good?
I'm here. No, it's just been a busy weekend. It's just been big, but good busy. Good busy. I had the opportunity to do a private screening of a documentary called
Mm.
On Board, and it was really good. So
Mm,
it basically was about Black women who sit on corporate boards of
okay.
these big corporate companies and just showing that whole process.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, so uh, they have been entered into a festival that's going to be in Atlanta next month. So if you're in the Atlanta area, try to get your tickets to go see that for the private screen. And then once they become available elsewhere, like I hope everybody does, have the opportunity to watch it because it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot.
I had a
Mhm.
very interesting week as well. I was a pet parent for a week. Babe was out of town. She had some business to attend to, so and didn't want to leave the pets alone. So yeah,
Mhm.
left them with me. Yeah, so I was shout out Roxy and Allie. Yeah, they kicked it with me all week. Yeah,
They're good though. They're good pets though. They
cool. Yeah. Ariana, like Roxy, she came by and saw me.
are. And I know she's gonna be looking like, "Mommy, can we get a dog?" Like, oh, not yet.
let, her, let her feed Roxy treats. Like she liked it.
Yeah, pets are a lot of work, so that's why we're trying to. Well, Hercules not so much, but
Yeah,
dogs are a lot of work.
dogs
So
are
I'm trying to.
cats
Um,
are pretty self-sufficient.
they are. They
Dogs
are.
require a lot of attention.
Dogs are a lot. That's why we're waiting. We've had our cat 9 years. The dog, we're like, we can wait a little bit longer before we get a dog. We can wait a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then mother-in-law had her birthday party. She had to
Yes,
postpone it a little bit. So,
God, yeah,
always good.
you kicked it at the party a little bit. Yeah.
Always good times, like the rain, it only rained for a brief time. Like, and then by the time we
It
got
was
there, the
over by
rain
the time
lifted.
I got there. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was long gone by the
Like it
time.
was real quick. Like it literally rained. It did the summer rain thing where it rained for like 20 minutes and then over.
We're going like Carl Thomas in this bitch.
When I saw when I looked outside, I saw it rain. I was like, man, it's raining. And Marcus was like, oh, they said the rain would be over with by 3:30. And it sure was. It was over with before 3:30. I said, well, look at the weather, man. I knew what he was talking about. Because that's the worst when you have an outdoor event and then it rains. That's like the worst feeling. Because then you're like, ah.
Got a few weeks ago. We had to move your party indoors because of the rain. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it
So
happens. Yeah.
yeah. Just gotta adapt to your situation when things like that occur.
Right, right, right. Okay. Well, where the hell we start then?
Where would you like to begin?
Let's send some congrats on down to Naomi Osaka and Corday.
Yes.
Brand new baby. It's their first
New
together.
parents. New parents. I like it. Mhm.
A tennis great and a rapper. Yeah, for those that don't know who those two are.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they just had their new baby. So a lot of congratulations in order for the two of them.
Mhm. Happy for them. Happy to see the new parent journey and then like, them getting the support, like people have given nothing but like congratulations. And it just seems like they're getting a lot of support because you need your village around you when you have kids. You need your support system around you.
Get that out of the way. And
Mhm.
we'll stay in entertainment for now then. For those that don't know, it's getting real volatile out there right now because if you know, like for about a
Oh
couple months
yes.
now, like the writer strike has been going on, the Writers
Oh
Guild.
yes. Yes, we can start this
So,
way. Yeah.
and now they've been joined by the Screen Actors Guild. The
Sad.
SAG after has joined them, yeah.
Happy. Mhm.
SAG after, yeah. So the that's the talent for those that don't know, yeah. So that's your
Mhm.
actors, actresses,
We
that's
know and we know people on both sides. Like I know someone who's a writer, who's on the writer side. I know actors, so I know people on both sides.
That
So
one, yeah, who I
yeah,
was yeah, I'm SAG eligible. Yeah, it's like yeah, when I was yeah, just I took a step back, so I just never yeah, but yeah, I was ready to join SAG like some years ago. So
hmm
I'd be on that picket line right now, Angela.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've seen my SAG friends posting on their page, SAG Strong and
Shout out Sherry on.
Tyrion. Yep, exactly. And then Tam also, because they're one of my other people.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
Wildcat, I believe. Yeah. Wildcat.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just thinking of our people that we know. Yeah.
Union strong. Like unions are strong. Trust. Like I said, I'm part of a union. Not that, but I mean I'm part of a union and unions they
But this is gonna get ugly because the
strong. Yeah.
studios they like we're gonna see who's gonna blink and play chicken.
Yep.
Studios are saying, hey, we willing to sit this out for the long haul. Like when they start losing their homes, then they'll come back to the table. Like
Hmm.
some execs are saying, yeah. Because the studios are like they ready to sit it out. Yeah. Because I think what they want, I had like let me see, like it's about of course like better pay, like
Better pay.
and
That's
like
driving.
it's something to do with artificial intelligence because that's changing the industry, and then with streaming like that completely flip shit is like they want because that changed the music industry and I guess it's changing other facets now too. Like yeah, because the streaming money ain't the same as like physical copies. Like
It's
exactly.
not. It's not.
Like I think they want better. Yeah, we want a bigger cut of that streaming revenue. Yeah, because
Especially you think about with streaming, how many people is sharing one account. Think
yeah,
about it like that.
yeah. So
A
they
lot of people do share one account. A lot of people
why
do.
the studios they not budging on that. They like yeah, like because it's already not that much streaming money as it was like from back in the day, like with buying copies of shit. So they trying to yeah, we're gonna see who blinks and shit on this one. Yeah. It's
Mm-hmm.
like the Writers Guild has already been like 70 days, so it's been over a couple months already with
Yeah.
now like we'll see like what happens because that's gonna the stuff that's already out now is not going to affect that like the stuff that's already in the can
Yeah.
but new productions is what it's going to affect.
Like Secret Invasion, like that's like a big show that's out like on Disney Plus now. Secret
Yeah,
Invasion.
so you're gonna still see stuff released but come fall when that new fall season
The
starts
fall
like
season,
all
yeah.
your shows are gonna be your favorite shows, yeah, they're gonna be on hold. It's like yeah, all your favorite shows. Like even like late night right now has already been like yeah a dumpster fire. Like if you notice you haven't really seen any late night yeah, because they have writers like yeah. It's
Yeah.
like yeah Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy
Jimmy
Kimmel and
Kimmel,
Colbert like it's like they've been running reruns for the last
Conan.
like,
Yeah.
Conan yeah they've been running reruns for months now like for the last 2 months now because of that. So it's no
Mhm.
late night television. So you haven't
Because you
been
think about how important writers are. And from what I read, they said like the average writer, people's all like the false thing that you need to get out your mind. Just because you work in entertainment, you are not a millionaire. Everybody who works in entertainment is not a millionaire.
hold that thought. You keep going because I'm gonna pull up the pay rate.
Let's go there.
I
But
have
I
an
saw,
article with the average pay
please
rate
do. I
for the.
said, but like I'll say what I
I'll look
saw.
for
I
that
saw a
while you do this.
screenshot of what they said what the average writer makes. The screenshot I saw that someone posted on Instagram said the average writer makes about $69,000 a year,
Yeah,
which is
good,
far
good,
from
good
being rich.
money, but far from being wealthy though. Yeah,
69,000 is far from, especially if that's like the main income. Like let's say that you're the breadwinner of your family, your spouse only makes about 30,000.
yeah,
That's like only $100,000. If you got three kids, raising $100,000 for five people, that's not. You can do it. I'm not saying you can't. You can do it, but you're not what people think. You're not going to be on a yacht partying
yeah.
it up.
Like I
You're just
said, it's good money, but far from wealthy though.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. So let's stop thinking that people just because you work in entertainment that you're rich. You're not rich. Everybody who works, like yes, Brad Pitt is rich. Denzel Washington is rich.
yeah.
The big A-list
I'm thinking
actors,
about the actors, the A-list actors. Is like,
yes,
but let's even think about your regular like
background actors.
yeah. What
Mm-hmm.
background? I know what they get. Like, they get about
Yeah,
a buck 50 a day, like 150 a day.
two, 150,
It
200
might
dollars a
be
day.
200 now with inflation because this
Yeah, something like that.
article I have that I'm about to share is like from like 2015 or something like that.
Okay.
So probably with inflation, like they back then it was like about 150. They probably get about 200 a day now, which would put you like in the like 55 range, like maybe 55 if you work
which is
every day. Like you
which is
work like about
essentially what like
55 a year. Yeah,
substitute teachers make about that. I want to say if you're a
yeah,
substitute teacher, you make about $200 a day. I want to
yeah.
say. I
Because
want to
like
say
let's
that.
say you work 5 days, that'd be yeah. If you work 6 days, like you because like yeah, Hollywood work they do Saturdays too. Yeah, so
Right.
that'll like I said, it puts you about 55K. Like I said, that's a little
Yeah.
above average. Yeah, so like yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's just if you work every day. It's like background, you don't have any control over that. They call you when they call you. Like they say, oh, we don't need you today.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You might not, but if you say you plugged and you work every day, it's like yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
they're far from rich, 55K. It's like yeah, a little above
Julia
average.
Roberts. You see the name Julia Roberts at the beginning of the movie, but the production assistant ain't getting that
Yeah,
money.
see, like Dwayne Johnson, like he might be getting 20 million, but
They
yeah,
getting 20, 25 million a picture.
exactly. But not everybody's getting that. And like you forget, you good thing you mentioned. It's like you forget about all these other jobs. Yeah, yeah, production crew. Yeah, yeah, the cameramen,
Yeah.
the boom operators. Yeah,
Boom.
the
Grips.
grip, key
Grips.
grip.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forget about all of that
Mm-hmm.
shit. It's like, yeah, all of
Yep.
those, all of them are out of work now too. Even though they're not on strike, but there's no work out there. It's
Yeah.
yeah, they're not on strike like all of these crew members, but it's nothing to shoot though.
The
So like, they're not getting
editors.
paid. Yeah, yeah.
Editors are important. They have an important job when you
I
edit.
call them the unsung heroes, the editors.
Mm-hmm.
That's your unsung
Oh,
heroes.
I know about edit. I said I've seen Marcus edit stuff like editors. Yeah, it's a lot when you edit something.
And I do basic editing just on this podcast, and it's like
Yeah,
it's really just two shots. Me and you is two cameras, basically. Your camera and my camera, but I still have to do some editing. Yeah,
some editing.
I
Yeah.
do minor editing just with this. It's like so I definitely know about the editing process. It's like even though I'm doing like the basics just with this, but yeah, imagine these complex Marvel projects, how much editing goes into that. It's like yeah, like
Because
you
first
like
you gotta
Black
shoot the
Panther and
green
shit. Yeah,
screen, and you
yeah.
gotta shoot the green screen from all these different angles.
Imagine, yeah, like imagine Avengers Endgame is like the
Do
Thanos, like the
do do
CG,
do do
the,
do do.
the
When they
CG
come
with
out.
Thanos, you got to shoot all because like all that
Yeah.
is obviously it's not a real person, it's no real Thanos. Like all of that is CG.
Right.
You got to edit all of that shit. It's
When
like
Thor grabs the hammer, when the hammer comes, he has to with the hammer.
yeah,
Yeah.
somebody just sitting in the studio for hours upon hours, like
Click, click.
working, yeah, behind it,
And when you
behind a
edit,
computer.
it's
Yeah,
like you have to click like it's like every microsecond. It's like you gotta microsecond, microsecond, microsecond. It's like really, really tedious. Like I said, I've watched Marcus do it before.
and
It's
what people don't
very tedious.
realize is like
Yeah.
the video and the sound that's separate. Yeah, you like on this track, like I have to like edit the sound on this. Like what we saying
Mhm.
right now is like it's not the sound you hear on the podcast. I'll take it,
Right.
like bump up the level, like level us out because let's say like if you're louder than me or if I'm louder than you got to level that out so we're the same. It's
Right.
like you don't want people like when they listening to like have to like turn it up when the other person talk. You want your
Mhm.
to like play like that, so you have to
Level.
sound.
Mhm.
And I put a little sweeper in there as well too, like on the front and back. So it's like little editing like that. Yeah,
Mhm.
balance our sound and like a sweeper like to in and out. Like and then you lay that track over your video. So like
Right.
like you have the sound and the video. You have to mix that together too in the mixing process. So it's all part of the
Mhm.
editing. Yeah,
It's all part of it. So
yeah.
so let's stop saying that these people don't deserve, like I said. So with that being said, let's stop saying people don't deserve their pay. Because for whatever reason, and this is my little soapbox, I'm sorry.
Do
No
you?
matter what
I'll get the
income,
article ready.
no matter what income you make, and if you can say, because I've been on the side of a strike before, because with my union, we went on strike
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
When we had the strike with our previous governor, and we went on strike and everything, and there was people
Browner.
saying that we didn't deserve the pay that we got. It was people telling me that they thought we made too much. Because if you look at somebody, if you're only making $45,000 a year and somebody who's making $60,000 a year is complaining about, you're looking like you making 60, you ain't got nothing to say. Like no matter what income, it's always going to be somebody under you who's going to say you were making too much.
Everybody,
And
we're all privileged to somebody else.
thank you.
Even if you like
Thank you.
living in the hood in the projects, like if you're getting SNAP benefits, it's somebody like in some third world country with no food that's looking at you as privileged.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the government gives you free food. It's like, yeah.
And shelters, Section 8, like you got shelter
Yeah.
and food.
You got house and running water. It's like they looking at that.
Yeah.
They fascinated.
They're looking at it
Yeah.
like that.
You know, some yeah, like so we everybody is privileged to somebody else. Like you keep
Mm-hmm.
that in mind, then you stay grounded. It's like
There you
everybody's
go.
privileged to somebody else.
There you go. And I'm looking, I'm like, but if the person, if you're only paying me $60,000 a year and I'm generating $1 million a year to you, to your business, and you only giving me
Um,
60?
which is what we've seen in sports. Like I said, when in my lifetime I've experienced it's like two NBA lockouts,
Mm-hmm.
a baseball strike,
Yes.
and an
That was like
NFL strike.
93
So
ish.
like yeah,
Yeah.
94
Mhm.
is the baseball.
94. There you go. I know it was like in the
NBA
early 90s.
lockouts was 98 was the
98.
first one, and then the second lockout was like 2011, I believe. Yeah, that's the two.
Yeah, because Derrick Rose got injured the next year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
and then the baseball was 94 when they went on strike.
Right.
And the NFL lockout was around the same time as the NBA. It might have been the year before 2010. It's like it was around
Hmm.
that same time. Remember, both
Hmm.
baseball and basketball like shut down around the same time. Remember, like
Because I remember it.
what the fellas
What,
gonna do? It's like, yeah, it's like
what's the man going to do? We were joking. What's the man going to do?
and then back in the 80s, the NFL had another strike. I'm too little to remember that. It was like it was after the 85 Bears, but so maybe like 87, I think. But I
Yeah,
wasn't
I don't know
you don't
about
know shit about like you don't know what's going. All I remember is that you didn't see like yeah, like Peyton and all the regular Bears just wasn't there one day, and it was a bunch of scrubs. That's what I idea from like the replacements. Remember the movie came from that? It's from that NFL.
Okay, okay,
Like
okay. Now I know.
now you got a bunch of regular motherfuckers out there playing football.
I
Like
remember Kareem jokingly said that he was going to go to the club because like
he
he would have been old
because
enough that
Kareem was old enough to like he would have been like he could have been a replacement.
and he said
He
he
was
would have
old
went to the
enough for
club
that.
and told girls that
He
yeah,
was
I'm
like,
going to the
yeah, I
Bears.
played for the yeah. Oh, he was gonna say I'm more obscure because like Bears they might catch you. He gonna say like yeah, I play for the Redskins, just like that, like yeah, just like make up shit. It's like well they not gonna know. It's
Because
gonna be
Kareem
something
would have been
random
old
like
enough to be
yeah,
a replacement. He could have
yeah.
been a
He'd have been in
replacement.
that age group where he could have like actually went and like played for like one of
And
those.
he was like football player size because he was
He
like,
was in the
yeah,
army then, big
yeah, he
dude.
was
Yeah,
there. So
like
he was like, yeah,
yeah, in shape. It's like
he,
yeah.
he could have lied and
Could have like he could have been capping. He could have like got away with it.
I remember he said he was going to do that.
My only memories of that '80s NFL strike is like okay, yeah, where's Peyton and McMahon? It's like who are these bums? It's like it's turn the TV on. There's a bunch of unknowns. Like who the fuck are they? It's like yeah, it's like you turn the game on. It's like you don't know any of the players. Like just that's what it was like.
Mhm.
With all the guys that you know, it's like that ain't Singletary. Who the hell is that?
Who?
It's like yeah, it's like yeah, it's went like that. It's like that's what the NFL strike back in the '80s was like.
But people are complaining about like you making $40 million a year.
I
Like,
got the article. Yeah,
but with that being said, though, it's like if they making
I
if
say yeah. If like
if I can give you 40 million, how
getting
much am
back
I
to my
making?
sports is like yeah. If they can afford to pay LeBron 45 million,
How much am I making?
what the hell are these owners of the team making? It's like if you can afford to pay Steph Curry 45 million, what is
There you go.
the guy that owns the Warriors? What is he making? It's like yeah. See
Look at
exactly
these baseball contracts. Like these baseball contracts be like $200 million.
facts. Yeah,
These baseball contracts be big.
yeah,
Baseball is big, their contracts.
yeah.
But you think about it, how much money is Reinsdorf? Like
Reinsdorf, who owns the Cubs. I mean, owns the
the
Bulls
Sox
and
and the
White Sox.
Bulls.
Yeah, he owns two NBA, two professional sports team, an NBA and a Major League Baseball team. So yeah,
So how much money is he getting?
he owns like yeah. So that's why cats complain about hey, we need a big. Without us, it wouldn't be no NBA, it wouldn't be no
Thank you.
Major League Baseball. So yeah, we need a bigger piece of that pie. It's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not mad at them. Yeah, but when you
Yeah,
broke, look at it. It's like yeah, you making 10
you
million.
making this. But if I'm generating
Generated 100 million, like 10 million ain't shit. It's like basically
exactly up my ante, up my piece of the pie a little bit more. You can give me some more. It's
Facts.
not about being greedy, it's about knowing your worth.
There it is. And
And
that's
I
what it
stand
is.
with
It's a
that.
lot of it's principles that is like,
I
yeah,
stand with
yeah,
it.
you making like I said, we're all like I mentioned a few minutes ago, we're all privileged to somebody, but
Mm-hmm.
it's about principle. That's what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
Like
I stand with my unions.
we can. I'm about to say something I shouldn't say, but I don't
Oh.
give a fuck. I say shit all the time. And maybe it's time for us to have a radio strike. God damn it. We
Well,
definitely,
we're already, well, we've resolved our thing. Like
yeah,
we're in talks with our, like we were at a standstill with our latest thing, but we've reached an agreement. Now we're working we're working out the details still with like
I've
my
said too much, but yeah,
my group.
I was at the station the other day. I had some daytime business to attend to, and like which when I come, anytime my eyes comes, I'm like Batman. Anytime you see me out in the daytime, is a big deal. It's like
Oh,
so yeah, so they saw Bruce Wayne, yeah, because I was out in the daytime. Yeah, like, Batman be the Dark Knight. It's like I'm usually just be out at night. So when I came to the station in the daytime, it was a big deal. Everybody wanted to talk. Now, shout out, I had a good conversation with Lil Jon from 1063 and Lady Red. Like she was hanging out a little bit for that too. So and we
mm-hmm.
talked about this kind of stuff. It's like, like
Mm-hmm.
and I've said too much. I won't give details, but like me and John had a great conversation about radio and like the yeah, compensation and all of that, and I'll leave
The
it at that.
business, yeah.
So I've said too much already. And we compared it to this yeah, the writers strike, yeah, now the Screen Actors Guild strike as
Mm-hmm.
well too, slash after slap after SAG after strike. I can't even say
Mm-hmm.
it. And this is the first time since 1960, by the way, that both of these organizations have been on strike together. So it's a big
Mm-hmm.
deal. Like, yeah, so that's what 60
Wow.
years ago, something like that. It's like, yeah,
That's like
over, yeah.
the last time was like probably like during like
That Marilyn Monroe was in SAG when it
City
happened. As I said,
City
last time
Poirier,
it
like people
happened.
like that, Harry Belafonte and City
That's
Poirier,
what I
like
read in the article. It
yeah.
said Marilyn Monroe was a member of SAG the
Wow.
last time. It said Ronald Reagan was like the president of SAG. Like, so he was a president before he was president. There you go.
Ronald Reagan, the actor?
Yeah, exactly. Ronald Reagan was like
The
SAG president before he became the U.S. president. He was SAG president back in
Yeah, I only
1960.
know Ronald Reagan as U.S. president.
All you know him
Even
as
I
a
was little.
president too. That's the first president I remember is Ronald Reagan.
That's the first president I kind of
That's
remember,
the
right?
only first one because you weren't alive before, like, yeah, because he got
Right.
inaugurated in 81, so you wouldn't remember one before him. But yeah, there might be some after. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like some people your age, the first might be after Reagan, but like
Yeah.
Reagan, the first one I remember. Yeah,
I remember Reaganomics being a big deal.
can't say I remember the Carter administration. Can't say that.
Yeah, I
Can't say
remember
that.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have the article I'll share
Okay.
like from 2014. I checked the date on it now. Yeah, so
Okay,
now
so
we
like
know.
9 years.
Oh,
Yeah.
9 years ago. These were the salaries. Yeah, Hollywood salaries revealed from movie stars to agents and even their assistants. Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna find out how much folks are getting paid. Yeah, I
I got some
really.
scrippers in there, I see.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Scrippers. And a dinosaur
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, A-listers. They say, yeah, Robert Downey made 75. Now, obviously, he was Tony Stark and Iron Man. And so, yeah,
Mhm.
no, he was getting paid. It's like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Sandra Bullock, yeah, she made what, like 10 million with Gravity and all of that. So,
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
your film star, that's where you're gonna get that's where your big money makers are, yeah.
Mhm.
But they said Jonah Hill, like he took a pay cut, like he's like the
Hmm.
SAG minimum, like he got paid 60 grand for his role in Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jonah Hill, so he's yeah, I do remember that how you said I guess he just the movie was so fast he and so that's your minimum right there for like act for like if you
Mhm.
like you like a star of like a SAG project was like 60 grand. So let's say
Okay.
with inflation, let's bump that to like 65, 70, something like that now. It's
Mhm.
like typically if you're gonna be an actor and like you're like a leading man, leading lady, and you're not like Brad Pitt or like any of these like DiCaprio 25, maybe not them, you're gonna get paid about 60 grand like that. That's what you
Mhm.
and like so that's like yeah. Like remember the dude like look at me, I'm the captain. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
what
he
he
got
got
like a
paid like that, like
60,000.
60 grand. Like
Okay.
he was unknown, but yeah, he still was like a big part of that. He got nominated. So yeah,
Yeah, because he
that's
got
about what you're
nominated.
gonna get paid. Yeah. Agents, you're gonna get by between 200K and 10 million, depending on your clientele. Like
Right.
obviously 200K is like, yeah, the lower end, but like if you're like fucking like Tony Stark's agent, like we saw, like you're gonna be
Yeah. Oh yeah, you getting that
million
bread.
dollar mark if you're like, yeah, if you his like if you Leo DiCaprio's agent, you're gonna be Johnny Depp's agent, like
Johnny Depp.
yeah, the 9 million is what Johnny Depp's agent earned. It's like so there
Hmm.
you go.
Brad Pitt's agent is getting a grip.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
New agency started around 50 to 65. See, not rich, like I said. Yeah,
Not rich.
it's like yeah, 50 is like your average median salary in America. Yeah,
So with inflation, it might be like 65 to 80 now with inflation.
yeah. It's about 10 years ago. This article.
So
Yeah,
still not rich. So if you're thinking, so just because you're out and you're having lunch with
you're
you're
just
having lunch. with
you're
George
out in these
Clooney.
circles, yeah, you might be making, like I said, like 65. Like I said, yeah. So like you might and think about that if you and like that living in LA making that, yeah, you're
Oh
not
my
that's not a
God.
lot of
Oh
money.
yeah, you're
If
yeah.
you're an LA agent, like not like you're an LA
Houseway.
agent, yeah. Like
It's
Chicago,
California
you might be
living.
okay making that. LA, yeah, you're gonna be struggle. Yeah,
California living.
yeah, that's that struggle. California in general, LA in particular, yeah,
LA in particular.
exactly, yeah. So you making
Even
65.
depending on where you live in Chicago, you gotta be careful. Depending on where you live in Chicago, you
Yeah,
gotta be strategic.
yeah,
You want to be strategic making that in Chicago.
yeah. Well, let's say like the Chicago, like it's probably closer to the 50, and then like LA is closer to 65, like the average. Yeah, you might get a little more if you're out in LA, but even still,
Yeesh.
like, yeah, like not you're not rich is the point I'm making.
Yeah.
And now let's look at this. Agents assistants, 10 to 13 an hour. That's like minimum wage.
Minimum
It's like, yeah.
wage.
So if you're the assistant to like Brad Pitt's agent, it's like, yeah, you're gonna
Basically, you
make,
get coffee and stuff, and you
yeah,
make copies and things like that.
exactly. So and they see these people are out of work now. I guess that's the point. Yeah, like the
Oh
strike puts all of
wow.
them out of work too because there's no projects getting done. So like, yeah, you don't need an assistant, you don't need an agent right now. There's no money generated. So yeah,
Mm,
all of these folks are out of work now. So like it's just more than just like the A-list actors. It's like
mm.
animal actors. This was like Buck from like Married with Children. Like it was like Spuds McKenzie. Like yeah, it get like from like 5K to 108K.
It's,
Probably like
it's
Buck probably got close. Spuds probably got closer to his 108, like the big time.
Mr. Jinx from Meet the Fockers or
Yeah, me for Meet
Meet
the
the Parents.
Parents, Jinx. Yeah, like yeah, your animal actors. Like yeah, so like yeah, it's like so you like the average ones make about 52. So like yeah. How many people don't even make that much? And like, like if Hercules made like 50 grand a year, like that.
Hercules. Now, if I say, can I get Hercules as some acting? You
Exactly.
need to run some bills. You need to start paying some bills from here.
Exactly. Yes. I'll get
You can get
Roxy and Allie.
Hercules.
That's 100 grand right there. Get Roxy and Allie.
You can get Hercules for some acting.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Animal. So animal actors are making more than the agents assistants.
Mm,
That's wild as hell. You think?
damn.
So where we going next? Cinematographers. Yeah.
Cinematographer.
Okay. You get about 5,000 to 30,000 a week. So let's do the math. See how much what they would get. Well, they might list it down here. Let's look before I do the math. But yeah, they just have it per week. Yeah. So
Mhm.
like that's good money. Like
Yeah,
cinematographers are very important. Yeah,
very
like
important.
because if you don't have no camera, there's no project. It's like
And
somebody
it
got to
makes
work them
it
cameras. Yeah,
cinematography makes a movie look good.
yeah,
It's the visual, it's the whole visual
yeah.
aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Like we always say, like I've always said this, like Belly was not a good movie, but it was beautifully shot. The cinematography was great in Belly. The movie was beautiful, it was
Okay,
beautifully shot, but
on the
the movie
low
was
end, if
not
you're just
good.
making the 5,000 a week, yeah, on the low end, that's like 206 per year. So like, yeah, so like
Yeah,
you're
you're
making,
making
yeah, like I said, that's that 1%. You like, so if you're a
you're making good
cinematographer, you're in
money.
that 1%. You're making
Mhm.
good money, and that's just on the low end. I even do the 30,000, like the high one. Probably
Yeah,
like if you work for Marvel, you probably making like this 30,000, like that.
yeah. You're
The
making
big
good money.
projects like that is like, yeah, so they're good,
Mhm.
so they're paid like the cinematographers. Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah, especially if you work in Marvel or like Gravity. They got in here. That was what must have been the big movie from back then. Yeah,
Yeah, Gravity was huge back then.
Gravity won a bunch of Oscars because of the effects. They won a lot of. They didn't win
Mhm.
like any of the lead actors, like none of them, but like all of these like visual effects and
Visual
Gravity
effects.
won all. They swept the cat because I was watching that Oscars. They won pretty much all of those, like the
Mhm.
visual effects. And like like the lead actors went to like other movies, which they do like that, like weird movies you've never heard of. Like the popular movies hardly ever win Oscars. It'd be like some weird like indie film where they win like best picture and like best lead actor, but then Gravity won all of those visual effects. I
Mhm.
remember that, like, so they won like maybe like 10, like 11, like Oscars because like they got all of them visual effects.
Jeez. Film director.
Director, of course,
Of
very
course.
important. Like you score Sage, you're gonna be near this 20 million, obviously. Yeah,
Spike
like
Lee gonna be making the 20 million.
yeah. So like yeah, Tarantino, yeah, your top directors. So it's like between 250 and 20 million.
Which
That's what,
McCaw's getting that 20 million now. F. Gary Gray getting that 20
yeah.
million.
Oh,
Yep.
what's his name? Kugler, like yeah, like yeah,
Ryan Coogler, yeah.
the top ones they gonna get on that high.
Antoine Fuqua getting that.
Wow, yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
your top directors. Yeah. What's his name? James Cameron. Yeah, like motherfuckers like
Mm-hmm.
that. You gonna get like easily 20 million.
Yeah.
But even like the start, like, if you just on the low end, that's 250K. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you're still 1%.
yeah. You're making good money. Like, yeah, directors making good. TV, that's film. By the way, I forgot to separate. Yeah,
Oh
TV and
yeah, it's a separate thing.
yeah, that's for
The
television.
big
Yeah,
screen. That was a big screen. Yeah.
so television, you're gonna get like 25,000 to
Oh.
42 an episode. So it's still good money. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's 22 episodes in the season, right? I
yep.
think. Or 25,
22.
something like that. 2022 and 25 a
Yeah.
season.
Even if
Yeah.
it's like a smaller show, like some shows like Power and stuff have like 10 episodes, something like that. You
Mm-hmm.
still making like over six figures. Like
Yeah.
25 an
Easily.
episode, you still making over six. Like even like the
Mm-hmm.
shows with like of like not a lot of episodes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but if you're doing a full season, yeah, you making like mid six figures like easily. Yeah. So you
Mm-hmm.
get good money as a television director as well too.
Mm.
So I worked with some of those when I was doing like the Chicago PD and fire and I was in the pilot for Chicago Justice, but didn't pick up Ozman, but that's why they got canceled. But we keep moving. Entertainment lawyer. Shout out Xavier. Well,
Yeah, we know a lawyer.
well, like 2 million to 6 million. Like if Xavier was out in LA, he'd be in that 2 million like that. But Xavier got bread. I don't know if it's 2 million bread, but he got.
But even it says right here, even first year attorneys can do between
I'm between
135 and
135 and
165.
165. Yes, you just starting. Yeah. So I'm sure Xavier would have. I'm not putting your business out there, but as far as
So
making six figures, so yeah.
you're getting to pay off your loans because we know law school is expensive as fuck. We know that. We know it is. Oh yeah.
Okay, here what we're talking about earlier, extras. Like I said, they made 140
Extra.
about during that time. Yeah, extra.
Okay.
Like, you got to wear like a prosthetic like so like 200 if you got like for a little bump for like wearing like hair piece or like if you like if you're playing homeless, you gotta you like in dirty condition because they have like if you like you see the homeless extras like that, so
Yeah.
like covered in dirt and all of that shit. Yeah, you're gonna get extra pay for that. Yeah,
Mhm.
like the extra 50.
And
So
then challenging condition because in Chicago we get
oh,
we
I
get
definitely I was out there in some of those.
we get the 4 seasons in one day in Chicago. We do get 4 seasons in one day in
One
Chicago.
episode of Chicago Fire. I was like, when I because I watched that scene back, I was like, it was so cold that day. Like that's my memory of watching that. And like anytime that pops up in my memories with some of my, because I have a lot of my friends on social media that were part of that scene. We all commented like, only thing I remember about that day is how cold it was.
How cold your fingertips were just
Yeah, it was
cold.
like single digit wind chills. That's how cold it was. Like we were out there for like hours, like maybe like 10, 11 hours that day.
Yeah.
So like it was so cold that day. That's what we were like. That's what I
I'm
remember
sure you
about.
guys had to have, those little hand warmer things you get
They,
from
they gave
Walgreens.
us
You
the
had to
hand
like
warmers, yeah. They had like
Walgreens.
the little heating towers, like they have like the like the restaurants, the little heating towers, like with the outside restaurants they had that you stand by like in between scenes. So like they tried
Or
to
like the thing that goes like at the red line when they have the little heated thing around the red line.
those like but yeah, it was so cold that day. That's what I remember. Okay,
Yeah.
game show host Steve Harvey.
Oh, and then I just saw
the $10 million.
and then I got Sassy and Alex Trebek's name on this
Oh yeah,
article.
he was taking home 10 million. Alex had bread.
He deserved it. He
Yeah.
absolutely deserved all of that and more.
And shout out Pat Sajak, who's recently retiring as well. So he was probably getting closer to this 10 million.
And
Steve,
Vanna was complaining. Vanna said she wants some more money. So hey.
yeah. Vanna, like she was feeling some type of way about not getting offered the job because they gave Seacrest got that job. It's like she was like, "Hey, I've been on the show for 40 years. How come I didn't get the job?" She felt some type of way like that about them not offering, not even offering her, like, but give her a chance to turn it down at least. Like they didn't offer, they just like yeah. So I Seacrest a new job. She's like, "Hey, like I'm here," like because she felt some type of way about not getting offered the job to be the new host and shit. So, yeah. But yeah, James Owens was between 1 million and 10 million is what it's saying. So like 75,000 a week, big money. It's like yeah. So now you see why Steve Harvey be like working his ass.
I see why I need to get on a game show.
Definitely gonna host me a game show, damn it. Even a 1 million on the low end, you're a millionaire, damn it. A million. Late night, we talked about Fallon and all of those guys, and Jimmy Kimmel between 3 million and 30 million.
Oh, they getting their bread.
Colbert, Letterman, Fallon, Leno. Leno's getting 15 million. Look at that shit. But a Tonight Show is like Seth Meyers, yeah.
And a lot less than the 25 million Leno made before he took a pay cut. He took a
Yeah,
pay
that's when he
cut.
took a
15
pay
million
cut
is a
to
pay cut.
15 million. That's what he said. That was his pay cut. Jon Stewart was earning 25 million to do the Daily Show.
I wish I had those problems where 15 million is a pay cut for me. I wish I had those. Now I'm sounding like the people like now I sound like that. But I wish that's bread right there. 30 to 30 million.
Mm. Hey, your manager, yeah, between 250 and 300. So they make money, yeah.
Yeah.
Your personal manager, they getting bread.
Yeah.
Even starting new managers, they make about 50 to 60. So
Mm-hmm.
cool. Yeah. If you just that's good, like starting salary, if you like with
Yeah.
no experience, like yeah. I think that's a good starting salary for like any job. If you're making like 60 grand, it's like that's a good
Oh,
starting
it says
salary.
top partners can pull in 7 figures. Ooh.
Yeah. You're a top
Oh.
manager. Of course, like for network president, yeah, 2 to 3 million. So
Okay. Your network press.
porn star. 120. This is probably your top porn star. I'm sure there's some broke ass porn stars out
They
there.
says this is what your average. You say your average. So yeah.
Shout out. I wonder how much Pinky was making in her prime. Pinky Triple X and Cherokee the ass. Like I wonder how much that. Well,
So
Cherokee's on OnlyFans now, so she's probably making still good money.
let's look at the comparison. Like so, Julia Roberts is getting paid 20 million, and you're making like 100,000.
To pretend to have sex,
and
to have actual sex, you're getting paid 120.
Yeah. If you're top, yeah.
That's like if you wanted a top, yeah, because I'm sure some broke ass ones making like 30 grand. Studio chief,
chef.
yeah, studio chef, yeah.
Okay.
5 to 15 million. So yeah, because like the good studios got the good food on the set. Yeah. They got shout out to Dick Wolf shows. They got good food, excellent food. Yeah, like the Law and Order slash
Oh yeah, they got the NBC money. So yeah.
That's one thing I say. Like no shade, but like the food was always better on Chicago Fire and PD than it was on like Empire, for example. No shade towards Lee Daniels, but yeah, the food was better. Like on the Dick Wolf shows, it was
you see like a breakfast buffet.
Yeah, you come in, they making omelets like out, yeah, like yeah, because like it was a location that was in our old neighborhood growing. Yeah, they was like as you walk up, they like making right there, like what'd you like? It's like yeah. They making omelets right there for the breakfast. Like they hooking them up.
Let me get egg white omelet with a
white
little bit
omelet,
of cheese,
little green pepper in that, little feta cheese, a
little bit of mushrooms.
Yeah, they hooking them up right there, make it fresh right on the spot. Yeah, they had really good food. That was a Chicago Fire, and they didn't even use me in the scene, but I got some good food, and I still got paid because they decided they didn't even need me in the scene, so got paid, got some good food.
And you got to eat.
Yeah,
sounds like a win to me.
Your producer. Yeah, these are like your money, man. Yeah, like producer, like they yeah. So like 250 to if they gonna make theirs, like yeah.
Still 1%.
Like, 250 to 2 million, they gonna get there, but we still now publicists. Depends on like the lower end you broke. It's like 27K to like 400K. It all depends. It's like yeah.
And that's what Samantha was on Sex and the City. She had her on public relations.
Let's put her somewhere like in the like she's probably making her close to 6 figures for that money. Yeah.
She was making because like she had Lucy Liu and she had people like that as like her clients. So
let's say she was making over 100K. Let's say like she had bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, stunt person.
Stunt person. Yeah.
I think that's a cool. I always thought that was a cool job.
Yeah.
Like the stunt person. I always thought that was cool.
It is cool. Like I've met stuntmen on this, like stunt persons on the set. It's always pretty cool, like chopping it up with the stuff. It's like depending on like, yeah, the lower end is 50 and the high end, like 1 million. Probably if you're doing Marvel, you're gonna get if you're Captain America stuntman, you're gonna get that million. It's like you're on that end. If you play the stuntman for Chris Evans, I'm thinking the actors Chris Evans stuntman.
Or if you're like Batman's, you know.
Like Christian Bale in the Dark Knight, you like his stunt man is like
he does a yeah. Well, shout out 389 a day for the stunt work. So yeah.
Shout out Jackie Chan, who was his own stunt man. But
yeah.
Yeah, the SAG after was like $889 a day. So that's a good $900 a day.
$900 a day.
Good money. Good money.
My body's too broken to do that, so I have too many
Oh,
injuries.
this is like per film. So like, yeah, so that's good money. It's not a year. Even the low end
Oh,
50,000 like per film. I just read that.
nice.
So you do like 3 films in a year, that you six figures, like
Yeah,
two, 3 films, like yeah,
that's good.
good money. So like per film, okay, yeah. Because I was looking like that's kind of low for a stuntman. They do a lot of physical stuff. I was like, yeah,
Hmm.
it's like the low end 50,000 per film. Okay, yeah.
Nice.
You do 4 movies, that's 200K. There you go. See?
Hmm.
All right, we moving down. There you go. But like the danger with stunt is like, yeah, the injuries are like, yeah, and you risk injury at all. If you get hurt,
Yeah.
yes, you can't work. Yeah.
Hmm.
So that's the danger they're saying about with being like doing stunt work is like the risk of
Hmm.
injury. Like
Like the
one of
Back
the
to the
most,
Future
I was
girl,
about to
Back
say
to the
one of the
Future
most
2.
famous scenes is like about saying Back to the Future when they throw Biff and his gang like or Griff and his gang through the clock tower, not the courthouse. Yeah, they throw him through.
Courthouse and
Yeah,
Back to the Future Part 2. Yeah.
and you look like the girl slams into one of those columns, the one that
Yeah,
was
you see her leg
the
hit.
girls. Yeah, and they said she got messed up really bad over that is what it
Mhm.
was. So yeah, when you
Once
see
someone pointed that out, I could not unsee it
now
now,
you
and now
can't
I see
unsee
it
it.
every
And like yeah,
time.
'cause I was
I didn't
watching
see
with
it
the
the first time I
commentary and
saw
like
it,
one
but
of the Bobs pointed it out. He was like, yeah, it's like
yeah.
we felt so bad for the said she slammed into that column right there and like we messed up pretty bad right there.
Mhm.
But yeah, so you can't work when you
When
like
you can't
injured.
work when you're injured, you can't work. So
Okay,
yeah.
voice actors. See, why I'm trying to get into this shit like. It's like for 3,000 and 1 million in that. I take the 3,000 where I'm at right now. You do one commercial, you get $3,000 for that. Like,
That's a good side hustle.
hell
That's a
yeah!
side hustle right there.
Even if you just getting like only say only 3 to 5,000, like yeah, you may
Mhm.
that's a nice hustle.
If you do 2 ads, you get five. That's $10,000 extra a
Two
year.
a month is like yeah. If you do doing a year, it's 10,000 a year. Let's say you do two a month and shit, you paid. It's like you do
Mhm.
one a month, you paid. It's like five
Even if you
grand.
do two in a year, that's
Yeah,
still a nice. Are you having $10,000
extra
extra?
$10,000 in your pocket. Yeah,
That's
not
a
bad at
nice
all.
side hustle. That could be your side hustle.
Of course, I got Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
You
Freeman.
know he's getting that 1 million with that voice and shit.
Mhm.
Morgan
I
Freeman.
remember when Queen Latifah was doing the Pizza Hut commercials. I remember her
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because she has a. I know her voice like when I hear her. I'm like, oh, that's Khadijah.
Shout out Ving Rhames who's doing Arby's now.
Arby's. We
Have the
have meat.
meats. So he's probably getting $1 million for them Arby
Hmm.
commercials up there.
He's been doing them a minute too.
Yeah, he's been doing them for a while. We
Hmm.
have the meats.
We have the beats.
Okay, TV
TV
stars.
star.
Okay, we didn't get to our TV actors. Yeah, we looked at our yeah, it's like 150K to 1 million an episode. It depends on yeah. If you're on a hit show, like I said,
Hmm.
Big Bang, they were getting like yeah 350 an episode.
Hmm.
Like yeah, the Ashton Kutcher for like 2.5 minutes was getting 750,000 an episode. That shit is wild.
I think the Simpsons actors are getting like 400,000 or 500,000 an episode, something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm. So
They
they
getting a lot per episode. They getting a lot. Yeah.
so, private chef. Okay, so like if you're like somebody's personal chef, like on the set, yeah.
Hmm.
Some people have their person. I'm sure Dwayne Johnson has a personal set because you only between 75 to 200K. Like Judson, I think probably did so. He was Steve Harvey's chef for a
Yeah,
while.
Judson was rest in peace. He was Steve Harvey's chef for
I remember that he was
when Steve first lost his weight, he credited Judson to helping him lose that weight.
so Judson was getting bread. It's like yeah, because he
Private
he was
chef in it,
he
yeah.
was Steve's chef like on set like for
Yeah.
showrunners. Yeah, 30,000 to 400K an episode. Great money. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Reality TV.
Not unless you're a
I'm on yeah.
Kardashian.
It said like yeah, like, yeah. So either nothing or 200 an episode. The Kardashians, you know what end they're on. It's like
Right.
they on that 200K an episode in, which they had like a Kardashian in there. Like yeah, Courtney and Cam for that show they had, but Courtney and Cam do Miami. You remember that
Yeah,
show?
take
Yeah,
Miami, yeah, Courtney and
they're
Kim
getting
take
40 million for that fucking show,
that
basically.
3 year deal, yeah.
But like, if you like, you
D-list celebrities
Mom ain't getting shit though. Yeah, so, yeah,
who go on wife swap.
yeah, they wasn't getting shit. Yeah. Like Hell Date, they were getting like nothing. Like yeah, like Simone and like Kedar and like all of them, they wasn't getting nothing.
The hell they
Like,
of
Simone
all the
talks
shows
about
you
that. How
could have
much they did.
said.
Simone talked about that because I'm friends with Simone on social media. She talking about how she wasn't getting shit on Hell Date,
Of
basically.
all the reality shows you could have said, you come up with Hell Date. I'm just
On Hell Date.
you said Hell Date. You could have said
I
any
think of a
show but
reality show where
Netflix.
people wasn't getting no money. Hell Date is what I think of here.
Oh my gosh.
You're on Hell Date.
So it's a wide range as we see.
Yeah.
Now the good stuff, film
Oh yeah,
writers.
now we getting this is where we at right now. The writers,
Mm-hmm.
this is where we at. So
Mm-hmm.
100K to 1 million a draft is like, yeah. So if a movie generates $1 billion and you wrote it for 100K, like some people look at 100K as good money, but let's say if that movie generated 500 million, yeah, you want a bigger piece of that. You're
Some of
gonna
these
feel some,
movies,
so it wouldn't be no story without you. You're like, yeah.
some of these movies generate like Black Panther generated over $1 billion.
Yeah. If you say if you got paid closer to that 150, you're gonna feel some type of way. It's like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I wrote Black Panther. I think I should get a little bigger piece of that shit. So,
Mm-hmm.
so there you go. That's how they feeling some type of way about that. TV
Mm-hmm.
writer like 3 to 6 thousand a week. Yeah, so that's underpaid. I would say like yeah,
Yeah.
especially for a hit show. Like you should get yeah at least like
Mm-hmm.
in a like 5 figures an episode. I said.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get into like the stuff we're talking about. These are like the your crew members, like we talk here.
Right.
All the most ones like were like talent and staff. This is crew. Like these are the ones
Right.
the unsung heroes, basically, like we talk
Mm-hmm.
about. Animation 200K, art director 134. I'm gonna rush through these. Our assistant art director 101. Award show producer 300K. They getting paid, okay.
They do.
Best boy 92. Body double. I've done some body double work. Yeah, and that's about right. 30 grand. That's
Mm-hmm.
about right. Yeah. I was body double for crew was on Chicago Fire.
Okay.
The bald head, the big eyes. So like yeah, it's kind of yeah, I've done some body double work. So
Mm-hmm.
that sounds about right. 33K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Boom, Mike. Okay.
Boom mic operator 87. Chauffeur
Okay.
56. Your camera operator 96, good one. Carpenter 61, costume the supervisor 91. Shout out Mikey was getting paid there. Yeah.
Okay.
It was like he was one of my students in IMS, so he was somewhere between 79 and 91. He
Yeah,
did the
costume.
Empire, he was part of the
Right.
costume. So yeah. Craft services, that's food again,
That's food.
74. Dog handler, for your pet actors. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dialect coach, 54. Yeah. So dialect 125. Editor 95. There's your editors right there. So yeah.
Yeah,
I think they're a little underpaid.
I do too.
Fire safety 73, first assistant, Foley Jaffer. I'm gonna read some of the hairstylist 77. Okay.
Okay.
Makeup 100K.
Okay. I know
Music
some of
mixer,
them.
that's a good, yeah, they 110, 111, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Novelization, that's like when they do like the book version of your script and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Prop master, but yeah, that's where we at. Yeah, so that's all of them.
Yeah.
Went through like that's 2014 that article. Yeah, so
So as we see, how many people were actually millionaires on the list?
exactly, especially as we got past like the what they say like under the line. Let me see like yeah, where it's I think
Mm-hmm.
that's the actual phrase below the line. Yeah,
Below the line.
because it's like two different because like yeah, this doesn't mean that they're less than you. It's just like I call it like what the more politically correct term to me is like crew members. Is what I call it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like talent and staff. That's like yeah, the talent, agents, etc., producers, right? It's talent, staff, and then crew. That's what they call it. But they
Right.
call it below and above is what they call it in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like the below the line, like all like none of them are millionaires. There's some ones making six
Right.
figures, but then it's like the
But a
body
lot of them didn't even crack
and
six
the body
figures.
double
A
making
lot of them
103,000. I'm just saying, it's like so, yeah, so you definitely got to have another job if you like somebody's body double. You're gonna have to have another
didn't.
job, yeah, because you're making
Mm-hmm.
33,000, yeah, just body
You're
double.
not supporting your family.
You
Yeah.
definitely gonna need another job besides body doubling. I'm just saying.
So it's not millionaires, everybody who isn't.
And like all these people are out of work now that there's a strike going on between the writers and the actors, so like they're all out of work.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah,
you think about the writers, like think about your best jokes, like your favorite part in a TV show or on a movie or whatever. Everybody has a line that like they love from a movie or TV show. Everybody does.
you know mine.
Someone wrote that.
Tell Jimmy he can't hide. But yeah.
Alan didn't come up with that. Well, which McCall came with Ain't Nobody Coming to See Otis.
It's like
Leon
an
came
ad
up with that,
lib.
but
It's like yeah, like that is like yeah, if it's an ad lib, but typically like you
but
have
for the most part, I just had to make fun of that. But for the most part, it's like it's somebody writing this material coming up with this. They're writing these jokes. They're writing these one-liners. They're writing this, and yes, the talent is important because the talent brings that vision. Because words on paper, like we always say, anybody cannot act. Like that's a false thing to say
Yeah.
because
I just to say your lines with feelings. Yeah,
yeah,
we
anybody
know somebody who says that, but
yeah,
I
anybody just
highly
can't act.
disagree as somebody who's been like to auditions and on set, like as an actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I disagree
It
with
takes
that.
more than just I cannot see a thing. I am doing it takes more than that. You just can't read your lines.
Hmm.
You gotta be able to act, but without the writer, you wouldn't have anything to read.
Yeah,
You wouldn't.
yeah.
So it is a good thing that the actors and the talent are joining forces with the writers, and now they're like, your move now,
Putting some pressure on the studios and see
your
like
move, Paramount, Disney Plus, Amazon,
Warner Brothers,
Warner Brothers,
yeah,
what
20th
else?
Century Fox, like all of
20th
these
Century
studios.
Fox, yeah.
They
Trying to
putting the
think of all the
pressure.
big
Yeah.
production companies. And when they release a production company, with their CEOs, like what they make, I'm like, oh shit. Like when I was looking at their salaries, I'm like,
Pixar, yeah, I'm just naming all of them. We look
y'all
at all
getting
these studios.
bread.
Yeah. So there
They
it is.
had somebody on their yacht saying they had a screenshot of somebody on their yacht. And this is the person who says that the actors or they say that the writers are not, like we can't give the writers more money. And meanwhile, you're on your yacht.
Looking like
Like,
Leo DiCaprio on Wolf of Wall Street when he was like
throwing the money out. You on your yacht chilling in the Mediterranean.
facts, yeah. But
So
and that article was from 10 years ago. I say give all those salaries a little bump because of
a little
inflation.
bump because of inflation,
Yeah. I say like a 10% bump or something like
Mm-hmm.
because of the last.
But we know with inflation, everything went up because cost of living is
Yeah.
high as shit.
Inflation has gone up way more than it's
Way
usually.
more than what the cost of living.
Typically it's about 2% per year, but
Yeah.
these last few
Inflation
years
at one point got to
because of
10%.
because of COVID. That's why, yeah, after COVID,
Last year it got to 10%.
way up, yeah.
I
Inflation,
think maybe we're back that we're down some now because
yeah,
if you looked at
inflation
like
rates they've gone maybe like 6% now, but
maybe
yeah,
6 or 7 like that.
yeah,
But at one point it got to 10%. We were like, what the
yeah.
like 10%? Inflation not supposed to be more than 3%. It's supposed to be between 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And it got to 10. So
What that means for those that don't know, for all of my non-economist folks, that just means that your money is like inflation means that your money is 10% less valuable now than it was a year ago. What the 10%.
mhm.
So
So if
like
you have a dollar, it's 90
dollars
cents
only worth
now.
90 cents now. Yeah, that's what inflation. And imagine that happened every year. Then next year's 80 cents. Next year's 70 cents.
Oh
See how
God.
fast it adds up and shit. In 5 years, your dollar is only worth 50 cents. Like think
There
about
you
that.
go.
That's what, yeah. If the inflation rate stays high like that, that's how, yeah. Which is why a candy bar now costs like $2 and it cost a nickel when our parents were alive. It's
I'm
like
telling you.
when our parents were
Why
like
was,
kids or whatever. Yeah, it's like
why was I like, why at Walmart earlier today? And I'm like, why are candy bars $1.32 at Walmart? For a regular ass size candy bar is over $1 at
well,
Walmart.
even in our lifetime we've seen, which is why a quarter bag of chips
For a
now
bag of chips.
75 cents now because of inflation. It's like, yes.
That used to be the big grab back in the day. Remember? That was the
The big
big grab
grab
for
was $1 back in
75 cents.
the day. Now
Yeah,
that's like
it was
what, $2
$75 back in
almost?
the day, the
Like
big
two
grab.
dollars almost, something like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big grab.
These chips are chipping. Like even like the regular, like the big bag of chips now on sale is $5.59 for
Yeah.
a regular bag of chips.
Yep.
Now on sale.
That's not even the family size. Family size, you're gonna pay like $7 for. Yeah.
Yeah, $6.99. Easy.
Yep.
Easy.
That's, inflation is because of that, and why that bag cost like a dollar back in the day. It's like
I knew stuff was an issue when I went and bought breakfast, like when the pandemic was like still ongoing, and I went out to get some stuff to make us just breakfast. I spent $40 on breakfast foods, just on
facts.
eggs, bacon, salt, like just
Remember
breakfast foods,
remember the great
$40.
remember the great egg crisis from last year when eggs were out of control. They've fallen back down to like somewhat normal. They're still a little bit up from where they were, but when eggs were like $5 for a fucking
Even at Aldi, eggs was like 350 at Aldi.
for a dozen eggs, they were like
At
five.
Aldi.
Yeah.
And
Eggs
Aldi's supposed
are
to
out of
be the
control.
cheap place.
Yeah. But that's because of inflation. which is why, yeah, I remember back in my day, I remember when gas prices was 79, 89, and 99.
Yeah.
99 for premium. Yeah, I remember that.
When I
Yeah.
first started driving, well, not first, when I got my first car, I'll say this. When I bought my first car, gas was about 150 a gallon when I bought my first car. So that shows you how long I've been driving. It was
And
about
I remember
150.
when it was 79, and this is Indiana prices. So even in
Yeah.
Chicago, it probably
In
was still
Chicago,
like,
it was like 150
yeah,
when I first
I remember
started.
79, 89, 99 when I first got my first car in
It was
Indiana.
150. And, then when gas got to $2, it's like, oh, $2. Oh, what's that? Like $2. Now, if I saw some $2 gas, I would.
Yep. Fact.
I was
Now
I was
gas is like around $4
It's
average.
around $4,
Come
give or
back
take.
down because it went up way high at one point, like a year or two, like maybe
It
two
was like
years.
almost $7
Yeah, now it's
at
come
one
down to
point.
about four. Yeah, and during the pandemic, it had dropped to like under two again. Remember that because nobody was driving.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so gas was like under $2 at one point. Yeah,
I
like
was filling up like, oh, okay,
yeah,
thank you. I feel like,
filling up
okay.
for like $10. You're like, yeah,
I like this $15 fill up.
yeah,
I like this
$12
$15.
fill a tank up. Yeah, nice. I remember those
I
days.
just cry for the people who had like huge SUVs. That's who I cried for. When the gas went up, I'm like, man, you got an Escalade.
It had gotten so bad that some people like because they have it, some people have their car where it's like is only authorizes up to like $100. So it would cut off at 100 and you still wasn't even full. It's like I mean, like so I know somebody that did that. Is like they said that hurt my feelings when they cut off and I still wasn't even full, like because like it's because like when you swipe your car, like say with authorization, sometimes like only authorizes the 100. It won't just
Mm-hmm.
go all the way to the cut. But typically 100 is like more than enough to like fill up a tank. Like yeah, for years. But like with that authorization didn't even like fill it. You still have
Mm-hmm.
between three-fourths and a tank and a full
The
tank. Like
highest
when
that
you
got
cut
for
off
me to
at the
fill
100.
up, it was like over $70 for me to fill up my car when we were at the height of the gas crisis. And I'm like,
Well, yeah, somebody I know definitely said, yeah, man, that hurt my feelings when they cut off in 100 and what
yeah,
yeah.
it hurts.
They
It
probably had
hurts.
to raise the authorization to like 200 during that time because that 100 wasn't going to cut it. It's like,
But once again, like we said, not millionaires. So
mm.
give them people their money.
Yeah, especially
Union
because let me tell
strong.
you, because guess what's about to happen now? It's like
What?
Hollywood is not going to stop. It's like, yeah, guess
It's not.
we're about to get a whole new wave of reality TV because like it's unscripted and there's no actors. Yeah, and we're gonna get a whole and plus we're gonna get a lot of maybe some international shows. Yeah, so they can bring shows that are already produced over there. So you might see like the next Benny Hill and shit on the air like that. Yeah.
Oh,
Bring shows like that or like
I might watch that because I liked Benny Hill as a kid.
bring a British show over that's
I
like
did.
that's popular over there that we just never heard of over here, and it's like okay, yeah, what's this? It's like like Doctor Who, like back, and that's how that ended up because another British show
Doctor,
that was
you
imported. Like
said Doctor Who.
Doctor Who is still on the air, by the way, too.
It is, and
Been
it
on for
is.
like 40 some years. It's like this show been on like over 40 years. Like I said, Doctor ended his 43rd season. I was like, this shit is still on the air. I had no idea. That shit is still on the air. Now. So that shit must be
So it
popular.
might be in another reality. Like who wants to win the lottery while marrying a 90-day
I
fiance?
think that's how this
I don't
last
know.
Flavor reality we're gonna get another season of Flavor of Love. Flav is back.
Oh God,
Flav
no,
is back, boy.
no, no.
We're gonna get Flavor of Love revisited, boy.
We don't want it. We don't want it.
Well, if they bring New York back, so they have like
No,
some of the
no.
same people.
Leave her where she is.
She's all old and dusty now too. Yeah,
And I
still
feel
thinking she's fabulous. She's all old and crusty now.
it. No, let's not bring back no more reality dating shows. The Bachelor and the Bachelorette is enough.
But we're gonna get a whole new wave of reality. It just especially don't bring back Hell Date because they wasn't getting paid. Definitely don't bring back Hell Date. Hashtag don't bring back Hell Date.
Well, I'll be watching a lot of sports. Well, sports will be starting back soon,
Yeah,
so
that's what. So sports will be yeah, and yeah. We and right now, if you're a baseball fan, you got baseball. Yeah, NFL will be starting in about a month and some change, yeah.
Yeah.
And then
I watch
a little
football,
bit after that, yeah.
but I really watch basketball, so I'm counting down for fall.
Not excited about these Bulls, but that's another conversation for another day. You get ready to wrap up not another damn podcast.
Yes.
Definitely appreciate you. We got a whole episode out of SAG after. That's like, yeah.
But that needed to be talked about.
No,
That needed to
because
be talked
yeah, as an actor, yeah, like I'm related to all of this, yeah. Like yeah. And you and Marcus used to he was on editing, so we
Yeah.
both connected to that industry basically.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get a reality show, kid. There we go. Yeah. So there we go.
I need more than nothing though.
Yeah, more than next to nothing. I need more than that.
I need my 50,000 episode.
Get my Kardashian money on. You want to
I
give
want
us
my 50.
you want to like us? You want to support not another damn reality show. Come on. Let's go. Maybe that's the name of the episode. Not another damn reality show. Yes. I'm feeling it. Let's go, kid. Let's shut up before I said too much, giving our ideas away.
Yeah, don't steal it. Don't steal it.
Matter of fact, yeah, forget what I just said the last 30 seconds. I should beep it just to be saying I should beat the part. You want to give us a like further, like the episode. Not another damn podcast. Also subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. And speaking of Amazon, they got me on Prime Day. Got another Alexa device. Hey, they always get me. But you can also follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I do it.
And you can check me out, MSIMA8626 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SERHULLEY1 on Twitter, SERHULLEY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs, and for your video production needs. Check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later.
Bye.
I'm gone.